Corbin.
And I'm Natalie, and we are occupational therapy students from the Medical University of South Carolina. As many of you may already know, occupational therapists can work with an individual who has experienced a stroke to increase overall independence. As a part of this, we may introduce new ways to modify activities.
Through the use of equipment and new techniques, we can help teach you how to do new activities in a safe and easy way. Today, our instructional video will focus on kitchen safety and adaptive cooking utensils to help prepare a meal.
Hey Corbin, how did tacos sound?
They sound great. I actually think I have all the ingredients for tacos in the fridge.
Oh, great, let's do it.
Kitchen safety is the utmost importance after a stroke. Safety measures need to be taken in the kitchen with the stove, utensils, dishes, glassware, cooking, and cleaning. The type of safety measures needed in the kitchen depend on the severity and symptoms after a stroke. First, we're going to talk about utensils. Here are two adaptations. One is a knife with a built-up handle. The other is a rocker knife. You have many options for utensils with built-up handles. You can buy utensils with a built-up handle. You can buy a pre-made foam build-up for the utensils. Or you can easily make a homemade build-up handle. Use a sponge or bubble wrap and wrap around the utensil. Then cover the sponge with duct tape. If you're using a one-handed technique to cook, use the rocker knife. Or you could use choppers or food processors. You can also purchase pre-chopped fruits, vegetables, and meals. Some general safety tips to be aware of when using utensils are: don't lay knives close to edges, they could fall and hurt someone. Make sure that built-up handles are tight-fitting and not loose so you don't slip and cut yourself. When cutting, another adaptive piece of equipment you could use is a one-handed preparation cutting board. The bottom of the board has suction so it doesn't slide when you are cutting. The corner of the cutting board has raised edges, which allows you to push a piece of food up against it when trying to spread ingredients. The board also has two nails, which you can place a piece of food, such as meat or fruit, to hold in place when cutting. Here is an example of using the rocker knife and the cutting board. The rocker knife should be used with your dominant hand as a one-handed cutting technique. It's also important to use your affected hand as much as possible to promote motor cortex reorganization. Therefore, you see here Corbin is using a built-up handle on her knife to spread guacamole onto the tortilla. Next, we're going to prepare corn. Here's another one-handed technique for cooking. You may have had trouble in the past when stirring something in a pot or pan when the pot spins around as you're trying to stir. There's an easy fix for this. Grab a nearby heavy object in your kitchen, such as a large utensil holder or a knife block. You can even grab a brick. Place the item behind the pot to block the handle from spinning around. Be careful not to put the item too close to the stove. Another option is to place the handle against the back of the stove. Now we're getting to the meat of the activity. Here are some stove safety tips. If you use front and back burners, use the back burners first, with handles facing away from the front. Pay attention when using the stove. Things need to be stirred and the heat may need to be lowered to prevent burning. Long hair? Tie it back so it doesn't accidentally catch on fire, and be careful when wearing long sleeves for the same reason. If in a wheelchair, make sure the stove has the knobs in the front so you don't have to reach to the back. Keep pot holders within reach. As we said before, it's great to involve your affected extremity when doing activities. When cooking on the stovetop, if possible, try to use your affected hand to help stabilize the pan. Stir with your dominant hand. Looks like we need salsa for our tacos. Here's a one-handed technique to open the jar of salsa. Place a piece of Dicem between your legs. Place the jar in the Dicem. Use your legs to help hold the jar in place. Use a rubber jar grip to open the jar. You've finished your meal prep, now it's time to eat your food. There are two options for holding the plate steady during eating. One is a round rubber Dicem, which prevents things from slipping. The second option is a rubber grip that is added to the plate. The plate seen here has a side that has a lipped edge and a grip on the bottom for one-handed eating. The lipped edge lets you push the food against it to prevent sliding off the plate.
Thank you for watching our instructional video.
We hope that you found it helpful, and we would also like to say thank you to MUSC's OT department for letting us use their adaptive equipment.
Now time to eat some tacos.